Hello, the following video provides information on expectancy theory presented by Hilary, Kaitlin, and Nicole. To begin, let's review what exactly is expectancy theory. It is the theory that employees act accordingly with how their employers choose to reward them and whether the employee believes this is desirable to them.
Expectancy theory model provides guidelines that will help enhance employee motivation by using such tactics as effort to performance theory, performance to reward theory, and reward balance. Leaders are encouraged to motivate the belief that their employees are capable of performing the job successfully. In order for employees to feel motivated, the leader needs to present them with a challenging assignment. When it comes to knowing if the employee will be successful, there's a few requirements that the leaders tend to look at. First, leaders must consider the employee's abilities. This means that they should be checking to see if people have the required skills, knowledge, training, and job requirements so that tasks can be assigned based on the level of competence that they think the individual can handle. Second, the leaders should recognize that their employees could differ in self-esteem levels when it comes to the given task. If this happens, then the leaders should take the time to help coach the individual through, as confidence plays a significant role in the ability that the employee perceives the effort that they are capable of reaching the performance output. Lastly, leaders need to specify what outcomes will determine acceptable performance and which do not. These outcomes need to be communicated clearly with the goals that need to be accomplished. A mutual agreement between the leader and the employee should be talked about. Leaders should encourage the belief that good performance will result in receiving valued rewards. The employee needs to build a trust with the leader that they'll be able to deliver the outcome as promised. Ways to do this are measuring job performance accurately, clearly describing the rewards that will be given out for successful performance, describe to the employees about how rewards can be based on past performance. In the end, the leader needs to clearly explain the level of performance that is required to get the reward desired by the employee. The leader should show fair treatment of each employee, showing them that everyone gets treated exactly the same. Leaders try to increase the attractiveness or expected value of rewards. Some ways to do this are making sure the rewards that are distributed are ones that employees will value, as well as individualizing them. It can be very misleading if a leader assumes that all employees desire the same reward. Leaders could hand out desired rewards such as promotion, pay raise, more vacation days, or even improved benefits. Many companies have recently introduced the cafeteria-style benefit plan, which allows employees to select their fringe benefits from a menu of available ones. Leaders must really put a lot of effort into the selection of the employee's personal goals and the organization's as well. It is very important that the goals of the employee are worked in with the organization's goals, as a pairing of these goals is critical to motivation in the workplace.
Using this general information, our video proceeds to explain how Canadian businesses use expectancy theory, as well as how Ontario legislation has created potential barriers that affect how employers motivate their employees. One company that uses expectancy theory is Hudson's Bay Company of Canada.
Hudson's Bay offers career advancement opportunities no matter the position, so they could be in retail, supply chain, or corporate. They offer employee discounts on all merchandise from all brands. They offer a culture that promotes a work and life balance, ongoing training and learning opportunities. They offer a competitive and flexible benefit package for all full-time employees that includes medical/vision and dental care.
Another company that uses expectancy theory is Air Canada.
Air Canada values innovation, accountability, and ownership. They provide you with the tools to shape your personal experience and set your career goals as well as your path in motion. They also support your training and development. Whether it be technical or leadership, they encourage ongoing development of all employees.
Finally, the company Sleeman Breweries Limited also uses expectancy theory.
A company with products that are constantly growing. A company culture that encourages their employees to engage in teamwork and motivate them into improving themselves. An easygoing work atmosphere that doesn't compromise professionalism. Competitive salaries and benefits for their employees. A tradition of product excellence and customer focus. Employees that are proud and feel that they have an impact on the success of the company. Opportunities for the employees to grow and continue learning, and involvement in the community.
Now that we have explored some of the practices of Canadian businesses, it is time to explore the legality side of expectancy theory, specifically looking at legislation that has occurred in Ontario. Under the Liberal government, Bill 148 was passed. According to the Government of Ontario's website, some of the legislation changes include raising the minimum wage, fairness when it comes to scheduling and equal pay, minimum vacation time, and personal emergency leave. There are several other changes that happened under Bill 148. However, for the purpose of this video, we will only be looking at one of them. Bill 148 has created an obligation for employers to introduce more benefits to their employees, such as equal pay for equal work. Equal pay for equal work is where the individual is entitled to being paid the same as their coworkers for the exact same job. For the employer, this creates an issue to motivate their employees because the individual is already entitled to a certain amount of pay without exerting a more than average effort. With that being said, the employer is still within their right to reward employees with monetary value. However, this is at an extra cost to the employer that they may not be willing to pay. Considering Bill 148 is still extremely young, it seems unusual for it to be discredited so quickly. However, with the change of a Liberal government to a Conservative one, that's exactly what's happening. Under the Conservative government, a new bill, Bill 47, has been proposed that will once again change business legislation. This bill was introduced to repeal numerous provisions of the previous government's Bill 148. Repealing the previous bill would require several businesses to revert back to their previous policies after spending money to change them all. For small business owners, this is a huge cost for them. However, Bill 47 would give the employer more freedom to choose how they reward their employees. This is a positive change because expectancy theory states that the employer can now choose which method to implement in their policies, whether it be based on performance or effort. So what does it all mean? Expectancy theory is a way of explaining why employers create certain policies. They are trying to motivate their employees into doing better work that results in their business performing better. However, they cannot simply choose how to motivate their employees without consulting with current legislation that affects their business. Expectancy theory explains how employees are motivated and shows that the employer doesn't always have full say in what their policies should be. Thank you for listening to our video, and we hope you learned a little more about what expectancy theory is in the real world.